Okay, number 22. Let's find the LCDs first. So be careful here because the LCD is different, or these two are different. So 4x minus 2, 4x plus 2. I wonder if that's an error. Let's do the one from the test. The one from the test that we had was, let me look. 6x over x minus 3 equals 4x minus 6 over x minus 3. That was the one on the test that a lot of you got right. Some of you got wrong though. So the LCD here is x minus 3. So when you multiply each side by x minus 3, they cancel. And then up here we could say x cannot equal positive 3. So then we solve 6x equals 4x minus 6. Subtract the 4x over. So 2x equals negative 6. Oops, sorry, that was a positive. Positive 6. Divide by 2. X equals 3. So a lot of you told me x equals 3, but you didn't see your contradiction here. So there is no solution. Okay, so you have to make sure you look at what's undefined. Number 23. So here's a solving equation, and they want to know what justifies going from step 6 to step 7. So here in 6 to 7, they got 2 answers, but then they said, well, there's actually only 1 answer. So we want to say, well, why is that? The reason is because up here, if you were to say the undefined values, you would get x cannot equal negative 1, x cannot equal positive 1. So there's a contradiction there, and that's why this one is a no solution. Okay, so x equals 1 is undefined. Number 24, the LCD is just x. So we could say x cannot equal 0. Multiply everything by the LCD. So we get x plus, these cancel, 1 equals, these cancel, 6. So x equals 5. Number 25, Jose currently has, there we go. Jose currently has 67 out of 172 at-bats this season. So we have 67 plus x over 172 plus x equals, he wants to raise his average to 425 by the end of the month. So you can either do 0.425 or you can do 425, which is what I'm going to do, over 1,000. So multiply each side by the LCD, which is 1,000 times 172 plus x. 1,000 times 172 plus x. So that cancels, and the 1,000 cancels. So we get 1,000 times 67 plus x equals 425 times 172 plus x. So distribute on both sides. So 67,000 plus 1,000x equals 73100 plus 425x. I'm going to subtract the 425x to this side, and I'm going to subtract the 67000 to this side. So 1,000 minus 425, 575x equals minus 6,100. Divide by 575 is 10.6. Now, we didn't talk about this, but I was talking to another person about this, and if you round down, even if this was, let's say, like 10.3, you need to round up in order for him to actually reach this. So here we would say 11, but if it was like 10.3, you would still say 11 because you need that extra hit in order to get to 425. Okay, number 26, the number of chaperones C needed for the class trip varies directly. So directly is y equals k times x. So we'll do the number of chaperones with the number of students. So C goes up, S goes up. When C is 7, S is 56. How many chaperones are needed if there's 104 students? So we're going to plug in 7 equals k times 56. Divide by 56. K is 0.125. So then we plug that in with this 104. So we have C equals 0.125, I'm putting that in right here, times S of 104. And we find out that there are 13 chaperones needed. Okay, 27, the cost of packing boxes C varies inversely. There's inverse. So packing boxes varies inversely with the number purchased, B. So as C goes up, B goes down. C is 0.75 when B is 20. Find C when B is 5. So plug in C, 0.75 equals K over 5. Multiply the 5. So 0.75 times 5 is 3.75. Then I want to find C, so I'm plugging the K in, and then I'm going to plug in the B, which is 5. So 3.75 divided by 5 is still 75 cents. What did I do? What did I do? Ah, I put 5 here instead of 20. Sorry. 20, 20, 20. So 0.75 times 20 is 15 is the K. There we go. Let's try that again. So now 15 divided by 5 is 3. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, 28. One hose can fill up a pool in 10 hours. This is a work problem. The second hose in 15 hours. How long will it take them to do it together? So find the LCD. Again, if you want, you could just multiply these together. I'm going to use 30x. So multiply everything by 30x. So that simplifies to 3. So I have 3x plus, that simplifies to 2. 2x equals 30. Combine like terms, 5x equals 30. Divide by 5, x equals 6. 29. Working together, Chris and Carla can pick up 40 bushels in 6.16 hours. So be careful, that number might throw you off. On his own, Chris takes 11 hours. How long would it take Carla? Okay, so our LCD is going to be these two. I'm going to multiply them together. 67.76x. So everything gets multiplied by that. 67.76x, 67.76x. Okay, so here the x's cancel. I get 67.76 plus 67.76 divided by 11 will be that 6.16, and I still have the x, equals, over here when I divide 67.76 divided by 6.16, I get 11, and I still have the x. Okay, so notice it's always the opposite number is canceling out. So subtract 67.76x, sorry, 67.76 equals 11 minus 6.16, 4.84x, and divide. So x equals 14. Okay, so I know I went, oh, I have one more, sorry. Number 33. So usually you look at this and you have to subtract a number over or add a number over, but we gave it to you nice and easy here. So you're already at the point of finding the critical values. So on top we would get positive 4, and on bottom we would get negative 2. So those go on your number line. In order, negative 2, positive 4. Now the negative 2 comes from the denominator, which means it has to have an open circle. The positive 4 on the top matches this line. It's equals, so that one gets us a filled in circle. Okay, so we want to test 3 numbers. Something less than negative 2, I'll test negative 3. Something in between the two of these, I'll test 0. And after 4, I'll test 5. So you're just plugging that into this original problem here. Negative 3 minus 4 over negative 3 plus 2. Is that greater than or equal to 0? So I'll go ahead and fill in the others, 0 minus 4 over 0 plus 2, and 5 minus 4 over 5 plus 2. So this one would be negative 7 over negative 1, which is positive. That's true. Negative 4 over 2 is a negative. That's false. And 1 over 7 is true. So the outer edges get shaded. So our answer would then be x is less than negative 2, or x is greater than or equal to positive 4. Okay, the differences are one like this, where you have it shaded in the middle. The x is in between the two numbers. Okay, so I know I went kind of fast because I didn't want the video to be super, super long, but make sure that you watch it, go over them on your own, and hopefully you do well on the test tomorrow.